Hey everybody, Soapbox Bill here with my good friend Adam. We just saw Wonder Woman. This is going to be, we're splitting this review up into three parts, three separate videos. The first part's going to be our thoughts on the trailers that were before the video. Part 2 is going to be the movie itself. And part 3, speculation going forward. Going to get a little bit of speculation in this movie as well on the trailers that we saw.
And during our speculation portion, we're just giving you forewarning. There will be spoilers, so
Yeah.
if you haven't seen it yet, which I'm guessing most of you already have, stop at speculation, go through the movie, and then come back. We will.
Yeah, part 3 is going to be spoilers, so you have been warned. Let's start with the first big trailer, the Justice League trailer.
Ooh, boy, I gotta say. I've seen the trailer for the Justice League a handful of times in the last couple of months with a lot of the movies I've gone to see.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I am looking forward to it. I do see though a lot of it kind of resembles the Avengers, the first Avengers movie that came out, but I'm hoping it's not like a DC copy of it. Just certain elements borrowed, and I understand that that's going to be a huge portion because it is DC's first attempt at a massive grouping.
Yeah. You had Batman v Superman, but that was contentious to say the least.
Yeah. Not so much V as it is them doing their own thing, occasionally crossing paths until the very end.
Lex Luthor, and that was a horrible casting choice. But we'll probably do a separate video on Batman v Superman. Some other time. But the big bad, we both think, or at least I know I do, that it's one of two people. It's based on the designs of the, grunt enemies in there. I'm thinking it's Darkseid because they look a lot like the Parademons. But
and I'm going to agree with you on that one. Because, the two biggest baddies that you can get for a massive superhero team up like this, Darkseid or Brainiac, and I gotta figure, you don't want to. It's hard. It's kind of hard to choose between the two, but if you want a guy that's going to give Superman a run for his money, then
that's
Darkseid. You want somebody that's going to outthink Superman, you're going to go with Brainiac or jacked up Lex Luthor.
Something like that. We didn't even, in Batman v Superman, we didn't even get Lex Luthor in his war suit, which, well, usually that happens after Darkseid, but that's something to think of another day. The other movie I'm excited about from the previews, The Hitman's Bodyguard, Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds.
That's right.
Nick Fury and Deadpool. It looks so fun.
And I'm really hoping that the studio execs are going to watch this thinking, hey, we need to make this happen. We need to have Nick Fury show up in Deadpool 2 or just something along those lines, because just a little bit of time we saw in that trailer was enough that we were in stitches over it.
The chemistry and just the back and forth between them, really funny.
And I would not be surprised if in this movie they do a lot of Easter eggs and just them bantering back and forth about with references to the Avengers and
Marvel,
Deadpool. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to sneak in some fourth wall breaking, but
Samuel L. Jackson saying, "I'm not Captain Leap in America."
It's like, no, but didn't you work with him once? And then just look at the camera.
Yeah, the occasion. I'm not sure about the fourth wall breaking, but the banter looks really fun. Then there was that Valerian and the City of 1,000 Worlds or whatever.
I'll go ahead and say I'm actually kind of excited about it. I didn't read the book. Like a lot of
it was based on a book. So
yeah, well, a lot of these movies these days are, they're based on a best-selling novel, and like I said, I'm sure it's good, but I would say I'm excited for it because it's been a long time since we've seen a somewhat original science fiction piece. that wasn't blatantly ripping off other science fiction pieces. So, I've got high hopes for it, but at the same time, I'm not going to hold my breath.
And then there's Dunkirk, which is essentially the movie we just saw, only without Wonder Woman. So
yeah,
why bother?
Yeah, and unless Christopher Nolan's going to surprise us and have Christian Bale swoop in at the last second in the
Batwing.
Yeah, it's like this is what I did after Dark Knight Rises. I invented a time machine and went back in time to save British troops.
Yeah, that would be. I would watch that. Then there's a Michael Bay movie directed by Michael Bay about Michael Bay. Explosions, Michael Bay.
Yeah, otherwise,
AKA Transformers.
Yeah, now I'll go ahead and say I've seen all 4 of them up until this point in theaters. The first one is really the only one that you can really tolerate at best.
Second one kind of goes, and then after that it
Third one kind of has a special place in my heart because it's one of the handful of times that you get to see Leonard Nimoy, a.k.a. original Spock, playing a villain. Normally he's either a good guy or kind of a neutral character, so it's kind of odd.
Well, he was the original voice of Megatron.
I thought that was Frank Welker, but that's something we can Google later.
He was Leonard Nimoy. It might not have been in the original series, but in the original animated movie, he was the voice of Megatron / Galvatron.
Alright, that's a good point right there. Again, but it's very seldom that he plays a villainous role. So that was kind of nice. And the fourth one, well, they had me at bringing in the Dinobots. Yeah. And then they immediately sucker punched me in the balls when they only put them in at the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, and I just can't really, as a longtime fan of the Transformers, I'm like, there's so much lore, so much stuff, and they're just kind of cobbling it all together, and the effects look nice, and that's really the only good thing I can say about the movie.
Yeah. The biggest thing that, at least for me, like I said, I mean, it's the classic storytelling thing. A story is only as good as its villain, and for those who had watched the fourth one, we kind of pushed Megatron out in place of Galvatron. And I guess it didn't work because Megatron is back.
Well, that's our little thoughts on the previews before the movie. Catch part 2 coming up soon with our thoughts on Wonder Woman proper. And see you guys later.